Okay, 1 second. So basically, we are an energy audit firm. We are based in Virar only. We have a office in Virar, and as well as we have started our new office in UAE recently. So we are basically in the sector of energy audit, and what I would like to give our company's brief introduction. So we are actually a empaneled accredited energy audit firm with Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which comes under Ministry of Power, Government of India. Okay, so we have our experience with 700 energy audits in various sectors we have done, and we were also awarded as first in energy audit category by Maharashtra Energy Development Agency. So this was the award given by our energy minister. So basically, I will start with brief. What is efficiency? Actually, for efficient for reduction in carbon emissions, basically. So what are the options available? So there are renewable energy, then there is a biofuels, nuclear power plant. So there are various options, but efficiency plays a 51% role in reduction of energy in carbon emissions. So so the government of India also decided to focus on the efficiency more. So so basically start looking as a career for energy audit. First, you should know what are the laws, what are the opportunities. As energy audit is nothing but we are checking, or so it comes under the compliance. Compliance is nothing but it is the rule of land or which is to be followed. So before going to what are the opportunities, first you should know what is the uh, rule of land. So in India, actually in 2001, Energy Conservation Act was drafted. So under that, there was one mission which is Nation Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency. So it has various missions in it. So selectively for energy efficiency, I will say. So there are various programs you can see. So perform, achieve, and trade, which is the first one you can see, is one of the things which deals with energy audit. So so it is nothing but a policy. You can I will share this presentation with you also, so you can later refer it. Okay. So who are the actually the stakeholders for this? So stakeholder is nothing but a Ministry of Power. You can see it is the regulatory body, which is Ministry of Power. Under it there is an administrator, which is Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Okay, so it is a central body. Then there is a implementer. Okay, implementer are nothing but the designated consumers. So designated consumers are nothing but the industries like thermal power plants, steel, iron and steel, textile, then hotel and commercial buildings. These are our consumers to the government. So they are designated consumers. So, okay, and there is a state nodal agency also. So as the Bureau of Energy Efficiency is a central body for central government. So for every state there is a state designated agency. So for Maharashtra it is Maharashtra Energy Development Agency. So for Gujarat there is Gujarat Energy Development Agency. So for every state there is a state designated agency which is administered by Bureau of Energy Efficiency. And where we come as a energy auditor, where we come, so we are verifier. So you can see we are also a stakeholder which is empaneled accredited energy auditor. So as a any energy auditor we are a verifier. So policy is drafted by Ministry of Power, administration is done by Bureau of Energy Efficiency, then implementer is nothing but our agency, and we have to check, we are the verifier. So our role is over here. Okay. Then there is a trading platform for I will go in talk to it about later. So this is where we lie. Okay. So in India, these are the major programs which comes under government of India. Okay. So they have targeted all the sectors basically. So first you can see over there is ECBC, which is Energy Conservation Building Code. Okay. So build buildings and buildings are nothing, are having energy consumption, which which is a substantial factor. So buildings is covered in that. Then star label. So as you know, there are 3-star, 5-star equipments for air conditioning, then for our fridge. So this star label scheme under is also under the this body. Okay, so they are covering nothing but the residential area. Okay, residential area is energy efficiency is monitored under this. Then PAT is perform, achieve, and track. It is for large industries like thermal power station, the textile, all industrial area comes under that. Then there is a SME. Then there are these are for big industry and small and medium scale industry. Like in MIDC, you can find some small uh, industries also. So for that, there is a scheme for SMA. Then there is a state designated efficiency. So they have the responsibilities to do promote energy efficiency in the state. So that is also kind. Then there is a demand side management. This is for the power grid. So this is for distribution companies who distribute powers. Like who, for them there are some energy efficiency rules. Okay, so this is the, so they have covered all the energy consuming factors, buildings, then our residentials, then our big industries, small industries, then the power grids. They have covered almost all. Okay, so how actually after doing with your BE, actually you can go opt for various opportunities. So first I will like to say it's certified to become an auditor. So how you can become an auditor? First you have to gain experience for 3 years after passing out. So after passing, you have to have 3 years. Then you have to apply for this exam actually, which is organized by NPC and B. So there are specifically 4 papers in it, which you have to pass out. Pass out. If you qualify for first 3, you will become energy manager, and if you qualify the fourth paper, which is an open book test, that is that if you pass that out, then you become a certified energy auditor. You will get a certificate, and you can participate in various schemes under PAT. So okay, so you can become an auditor after that. Then therefore now it is upcoming field is the ECBC code. So ECBC code was drafted in 2017. So there will be now exams for ECBC also coming in next 2 years, where you will become a energy building professional. So for building sector, you can for promoting energy efficiency in building, you can go opt for ECBC professional exam. That will be coming. Then there are various actually opportunities like a building management system. So I will come to it later. Then to carry out mandatory energy audits and MNV audit. So as I said, there is a scheme which is PAT over here. So PAT is not compulsory for all actually. So they have a target, like if they have certain amount of energy consumption, then those industries come under this scheme. So it is mandatory for them to conduct energy audit. They have to submit forms. So how we pay income tax returns for our financial statement, for our financial income. So that has to be accounted, right? So like that, energy is also accounted. For every industry. So how much energy they are using, they have energy manager for the building, and you can submit those documents for them. Okay, so you have to monitor it. So there is a job opportunity over there, obviously. and to carry out basically energy audits also. For DC, it is compulsory to carry out energy audit, so it is called as mandatory energy audit. Okay. Okay, and there is a monitoring and verification audit. So basically, it is this cycle. There is a concept called as PAT cycle. They call it as PAT cycle. So it is a 3 year cycle. So in every year they have to submit some forms. There is energy audit, then there is a monitoring and verification audit. So in each and every role, as a auditor, you have a role in it. So okay, so first it is there is like a baseline audit where first as we don't know what is the energy consumption of that building. Consider a building, we don't know what is the energy consumption of that building. So first we go there, we do our baseline audit where we collect documents, we cross verify the energy consumption, we randomly do checks. What is the energy consumption of that building, then we collect bills as a proof, and we set a benchmark which is called a specific energy consumption. So like if we have like 10 buildings, you cannot compare with one term, so there is specific energy consumption. So what we do is there is a term called as a ton of oil equivalent, or you can say it is a energy unit only. Consider it's a kilocalorie. So kilocalorie or kilojoule, or in any energy unit, you can convert it to kilojoule. So consider it as kilojoules. So if you have kilojoules per the area. So for industries it is ki, uh, kilojoule per tons of production. So if there is industry A and B, then you can compare those companies, like this building has 10 kilojoule per ton of consumption, and this has a 12 kilojoule per ton of consumption. So this 12 one is consuming more. So that is a benchmarking type. So there are various terms. So we benchmark it. Then they comes under the gadget notification. Basically, gadget is declared and the name comes. And then after that, they have to conduct a mandatory energy audit. So we as an auditor are authorized to conduct the energy audit. So we do the energy audit over there. Then after that, we recommend some energy conservation measures which hotel or a company can take up. So they check it out, and after that, after 3 years, there is a monitoring and verification audit. So after 3 years, there is a check audit, right? If they have, then the target is given, right, for them. So either they have achieved the target or not achieved the target. So they are penalized or incentive are given to them. So you can issue those, right? So those energy uh, certificates you have to issue, right? There is a next step which is the accreditation. So if you become a certified energy auditor, then after a certain uh, portfolio of certain energy audits in your portfolio, there is a panel set in Bureau of Energy Efficiency where you have to apply. Then there is an interview, and then they accredit you. Then that is called as accreditation. So now you are accredited energy auditor. So that is the next step after gaining some experience. Okay, then. Then you can become an energy data analysis, right? There are various data comes in the form of energy, like for individual utility, like utilities are there like chillers, DGs, then for production, then for your for boilers, you have to monitor all the data. So data analysis uh, is a big field now. Then there is a power or energy management. So how there is a energy management system. If there is, how do you can install? Then there is a certification for ISO 50000 also. ISO 50000 is how you develop a policy in a company to implement energy management system. So you can go for ISO 50001 certification. So that is also a consultancy you can do if you, that is another certification. Then obviously there is a MTech and MBA available, and so MTech is basically available in energy or any other substantial field. MBA is there for energy management. Okay, so now as you know, GATE has also given option for two fields. Actually now they have given option for you can give two papers. So if you are opting for, if you are from mechanical or instrumentation, then there is another branch which people are unaware, which is called as engineering science. It is called as GATE XE. Okay, so GATE XE is nothing but there are two subjects, maths and aptitude is compulsory as for everyone. Then there are various subjects in it, and out of that you have to select two subjects only. Okay, so you can choose for mechanical. I will say specifically there is thermodynamics you can choose, and fluid mechanics you can choose. So all 70 marks will come on those only. So after qualifying for XE, so option open for energy. Then there is various options open other than core branches in mechanical. Okay, so you can go for that also for as a option. Then MBA, then Symbiosis Symbiosis there. Then in Mumbai University also they provide MTech in energy, so you can become a consultant. So there are the energy consultant actually. So basically there are two three big companies. First is TUV, which is a German based company. So TUV, Nord and Sud. Okay, so Nord and Sud are there in India. So that that is there. Then there is Siemens have their sustainability and energy department. So there is also option over there. Then you have big fours also, like big four companies, which is ENY, Ernst and Young. Then KPMG is there. Then Deloitte is there. So these companies also hire after MBA for energy consultants. Okay, so there is a basically now there is a trend in policy also. So we are working in policy making also. For there is a joint program by our Ministry of Power between India and European Union. So we are developing policy also for tier 2, tier 3 cities in energy efficiency. So how policy for them. So policy making is also new upcoming field in sustainability and carbon emission. So you can think of it. So okay, then there is you can work for SDA also. You can work in MEDA, which is Maharashtra Energy Development Agency. You can work in BE also. There is a EESL also company. I will list it out. I will give some list of companies where you can hire. You can go for United Nations Industrial Development Organization also. Then there is WRI. So there are various government institutions also you can join with your. So this will be your additional credential for this. So you are aware about the energy efficiency, reduction in carbon emissions. Then you have experience of your field. That is more upcoming now. Okay, so out of India also there is various scope. Uh, it for UAE, for UAE to be specific, it is energy and energy related to buildings and commercial building, like malls and this. So there, most of the scope is for this sector. For India, you can have for industry also. Then for US also you can go. So there is various. There is a certification for to become a certified energy manager. For other countries, there is a course for association of energy engineers. I think AEE it is there. So you can give the exam of that, and if you are qualified, you can practice. You can be appointed as a certified energy manager in other. There are 18 to 20 countries you can join in. Okay, so there is a certification with that also. So in India, there are four papers. Sir, I will just move it fast. So I will share this PPT. So basically, it considers energy audit basic, then electrical utilities and thermal unit utilities, and then there is energy audit in various sectors. Okay, for every sector they have a methodology. So if you qualify ABCD, you are energy manager, and if you qualify all four, then you become a energy audit. So these links I will share you for where to find these books also. These books are also, you can download it. These are freely available on the government website. These are very good books. You can refer very simple language. You can go by going through these books, you can judge how the future will be. You can just go through it and just go for it. Okay, so these are the topics basically. I will just go fast with this. What are the topics like energy action planning, financial management, project management in general aspects? And then for thermal utilities, boiler, steam, furnace, DC boilers, cogeneration, waste heat recovery, heat exchangers. Then in thermal, then sorry, this is okay. Thermal, it is there. So here it is electrical utility, but majority parts are of mechanical only. So electrical systems, electrical motors, these are all there. You can go through this. And there is a fourth paper where individual exam is there for thermal, for each of this. So if you qualify this, you will become a auditor. Okay, so energy audit has basically this much scope. Basically, I will just emphasize on monitoring and control. It is a upcoming field now because monitoring and control is becoming a more popular thing in energy sector. So from instrumentation, people are watching. Then if you're mechanical also, if they are watching, they can integrate and develop this projects. I will discuss with you. Then this is how you can reduce your energy consumption by monitoring and control, by reduction in losses, then proper maintenance for more efficient equipment, more efficient processes. So those who want to go for design also in energy equipments like chillers, efficient. So these are the equipments you can choose, equipments which are used. So energy plays everywhere. So okay, so basically, just I want to give a brief outline. How is one industry? How you have to think actually. So basically, you can see there are two parts. Sorry, two parts. One is the energy facility, and other is the production line. Okay, so transformer. What they supply is electricity. Then there is the DG set. DG set is for backup, the diesel generators for power. Then there are boilers for steam. Then there is chillers are nothing but which supply chilled air or chilled for air conditioning or chilled water in specifically for any process. Then water supplies. Then there are air compressors which provide compressed air for production line. So nowadays, what as an energy auditor also, people mostly emphasize on this part, which is the energy side, because production side also it is mostly optimized. Okay, so every industry put lot of research work, and they are in lot of their fundings goes in their production line. So that is considerably more optimized part. So this energy utility part is always neglected. So these are nothing but whatever is required. So if they are requiring some amount of water also, they will provide more water. So they don't care about what is the utility side. They just consider about the production. If the production is going proper, they will not look for anything, whether there are leakages. So okay, so this is the most emphasized. This is where most of the energy conservation measures come. So for each utility, you must be having in your subject, or you can download this book. How to conduct the energy audit in that. How to find the for transformer. You can find how much are the transformer losses. Okay, then there are what are the harmonics for DG use. You must say what is the unit generation per diesel consumption. Then boiler, what is a boiler efficiency. So then for chillers, how much is this consuming? So for air compressor, You can find its volumetric efficiency. You can do leak tests. Are there any leakages in the system? So this is a standard methods you do for energy audit. Okay, so mostly focusing on this part, monitoring and control has become a important part. So this is a now upcoming thing where we need IoT also, Internet of Things in this. Then we need data handling, because data is very important for this. Okay, data actually in industry, this end data is never monitored. So lot of amount of energy and cost goes in that. So if we as a project also, or you can write papers also on this, if you develop a good monitoring system in India, what we have observed that people directly think of Internet of Things or some high-end technology or hi-fi things, but what we have observed is that they are not equipped with basic ammunitions also, like for they're not equipped with data also. So first step will be providing them the data, like for like there are some parameters you have to check, like for if you want to take temperatures from somewhere, so you have to log some pressures. Okay, you want some flows, you want some RF, your humidity over there. So you want to collect for those data. So those data are never monitored. Okay, those data are not logged. In the industrial side. So I will urge you all, if you want to develop a project, you can take up like how you will collect those data, develop a software like that, and by collecting the data, then you can do analysis. Okay, so after that analysis, what you are observing, like if this there is a chiller temperature, or say there is some prescribed temperature to be maintained. Okay, so if it goes up, it goes down, so you can set an alarm system. So these are basic things which can be implemented, but it is not implemented in India. Wherever we have seen, there are big companies like Siemens, Johnson Controls, Schneider, which do this thing, but those are very costly things. Like if you want to go for small scale, if you want to go for hotel, so basically we have done energy audit for 23 five-star hotels in Maharashtra and Goa. So wherever we have observed, there are monitoring system, but those are not of any use, right? Those are not of any use. Actually, they what they do, control system was also there. So they monitor the data, like if there is a temperature to be maintained, or there is something to be maintained, then there is a control system also involved. So if you want to there are VFDs, so if you want to control it by VFD, so control system is also involved. But what happens in the real life, for them the importance is the consumers or their production, they will just bypass the system. Okay, so in India for now, control system are not foolproof right now. So if we develop some monitoring system for that, like if we just provide the data, we have lot of manpower in industry. We have lot of manpower is not costly. So we were in Australia also in February. So there we visited Mars. Mars Pet Care, which produce animal foods. So it was a big industry actually. Actually, they have downside. So they have Schneider's energy management system. Okay, there where what we observed, the system was very high end, but it was not properly used by them also. The control system was not working over there also. So control system, I'm very skeptical about control system for now. But if you have monitoring system, right? If you have good monitoring system only, so if you provide some critical data to the operator, the technical team, you can see, it can go and just fix it, right? So if we, instead of controlling automatically, if we just have a good monitoring system, you can go for this, and a lot of energy can be saved over here. So you can take it as a project also, for how you can. So nowadays, programming, coding, Internet of Things, and this is the skill which is mandatory now in every field now, I think. So data is important now. So if you have a good data, like if you have for 12 months, you have the ambient condition for air conditioning, I'm saying, for considering the ambient conditions of different regions. So there are various simulation softwares also available for building simulations, like eQuest is there, eQuest, EQUEST, which is a free software developed by some American institute, and that simulation is valid for everywhere. Okay, so you can do building simulation as a if you want to take as a project, you can just take if you want one building data also, we can give you some building data and you can simulate those building in the software, and that report is valid everywhere in the world. Okay, so you can do that. Then so this is how we monitor actually. So I will not go in deep. So basically, I will go over here. So this is, so if we create a good dashboard, like energy consumption, okay, so you can see the trends. Okay, so you can see if there is energy consumption is still the same and production has gone down, and your energy consumption is still same. So what happens is they do not there is a problem in the energy utilities, so you have to target that. But what happens is they don't have this data, this data is never clubbed. Okay, so clubbing the data is important. So if we get a trend on weekly basis, like if we have a weekly data, so if you think yesterday this week we have maintained this was our energy consumption, this was our production. So next week again you have the data, right? So next week this was the energy consumption, this was the production. So if it has increased, so you must know why it was increased. Then were there external factors? Okay, so you can just analyze it by just monitoring. Okay, then if that you can do, then if there is a compressor air leakage, okay, so you can directly see that your power consumption has increased of your compressor in the same condition. If you're comparing apples with apples, apple to apple comparison, then if there is consumption, then there are leakages. So you can target the utilities very early with this. So this monitoring system is coming in the field. Okay, so there are I will just go through some energy audit instruments. So what we use actually, so for power measurements, we use this energy our power analyzer, which is ALM31. From this we get various, we do, this is a data logging device. So we can set a frequency for 1 minute, 20 second, 5 second. So every 5 second it will log these parameters. So what is the kilowatt, what is active reactive power, then voltage, current, harmonics. So this can be in the live transformer, you can uh, put it on, sorry. So this is using power measurements in industry. This is all. There are so there is a current transformers are CTs and PTs, what we call. So these are the rings which we hook up against the bus bars of the control panels. So you can measure the power over there. Then there is a flue gas analyzer. This is nothing but for boiler efficiency. So by how much oxygen is there, how much excess air is there, how much, what is the temperature at the stack. By that you can evaluate boiler efficiency. Okay, so flue gas analyzer is used. There is a probe where sensor, and there is a motor installed, DC motor. It just suck some stack gas, and it analyzes what is the O2 percentage, what is the carbon dioxide. So according to combustion, we can analyze how the performance of the boiler is. Okay, then this is for ultrasonic flow meter. What we use, calculating the flow. So if the pipe, how much amount of water is flowing. So it gives you the flow, which is in meter cube per hour. So there are two probes, as you can see. One is positive and negative. So there are various methods, V and Z method. by which you can measure the flow of the pipe. For water, you can measure. Okay. So for water flow measurements, you can do. So this is how you can analyze your pump efficiency, which is calculate your hydraulic, and you can take power. So hydraulic power can be analyzed by this, and our power, you can take the motor's power, which is club. So motor's power you can take, and efficiency of pump can be calculated by using this. Then for temperature, you can see the temperature guns which are nowadays commonly used. You can get the temperatures. Then for the liquids contact type, if there is a chilled water, you can measure. Then we have this thermal imager also. So when we go in industries, if we find some area which is cooler one or hotter one, so hot surfaces, we can just analyze what is the temperature. If there is uninsulated, we just compare if this is the insulated part or not insulated part. You can just hold your thermal imager and just compare if there is a proper insulation or not. So how much is your surface losses? So you can even there are various equipments we have. Therefore, velocity also. Then sling psychometer, mechanical students must be knowing. For RH we use. Then there is a RH meter also. Then there is anemometer, which air velocity, sometimes for air handling units or your fans or blowers. If you want to calculate the efficiency, you need to flow the consider, and you need to find the velocity of it. Or you want to find out what is the air quality according to the comfort conditions. Okay, for considering buildings or occupational where there is occupancy. So this RH you can check. Then your for air velocity, you can just have this hot wire anemometer. This gives you velocity and temperature. So you can take from ducts. There are ducts involved which supply cold, chilled air. So there are some probes where you can insert and just check the air quality over there, and we can calculate the efficiency. Okay, so a reduction of losses is there. I will not go in deep. I will share you this. So here you can see, by having 1 4 inches of compressed air hole from where air leakage, which is 104 cubic feet per minute. How much is the power loss? It is 70 point kilowatt. And considering 8,000 hours and rupees 5 as a unit per year, you are losing 7 lakh rupees. So this plays a very important role. Okay. So this is the quantity of it. So operation you can improve in energy audit. Then equipments are there, efficient equipments are there. For motors now there are IE5, I3, I4 motors, uh, which are efficient. Then pumps are there, good pumps. The efficient chillers are there now. So various you can improve. So I will not go in deep. This is very much. You want for this by see here we want to just say that if just we consider there is a 7.5 kilowatt of motor with efficiency of 0.86%. Okay, so if it is running for almost 6,000 hours per year. Okay, so what is the running cost over there? uh, See, you can see running cost for 10 years, it is 52 lakhs 32,000. So for per year it is 5 lakh 23,000. So there are various motors involved in, there are n numbers of motors in industries which are running continuously 24 hours. So this is the quantity of it. So this is the cost of just one motor. Okay, and if you improve the efficiency of that motor by 0.88, so this is there. So how much you will save in 10 years? This much. Okay, so you can see that is a substantial, reducing that cost for every motor will be a substantial amount. Okay, small difference leads to saving 10,000 per year, which is by clubbing it will be more. So this is how we give a report. Basically, this is the crest of the energy audit report. So output of energy audit is nothing but the energy audit report. It is the output. Okay. So we have a specific format for it for energy audit report. And then this is the executive summary. So this was the executive summary to one of the power plant in Rajasthan, which were having 135 megawatt power plant, and like that there were 8 units. Okay, eight into 135. That was the capacity. So this was the energy. So this is how we give the energy saving. So this was how much it will save in the annual, then saving in cost and in energy terms also we give. Then what will be the investment? Okay, so for invest we have to give rough budget, how much investment you have to give. Then you will calculate this payback period. So according to payback also they are categorized. So this was the total saving in energy, this was the total saving if they install this much, they can save this much amount of energy. Okay, so this is the crux of the energy audit report. So this is the basically draft of the energy audit report, which is standard given in the BE textbook also. You can, however, like introduction, then process description, then you calculate the energy performance analysis you do. Okay, then the description, then energy conservation you can do. Then annexures are there. So what the logging we do, we just add as an annexure. So it is like 200 to 300 pages of report which we submit for a power plant or iron and steel. Okay, so this is the one example. Actually, uh, there were two power plants, two transformers actually in industry. Some case studies I am giving. So this is the energy conservation format we give. So what is the our recommendation title? We write it over here. What is the existing system? We write it over here. What we are proposing? We write over here. Then existing system, what is will be the energy consumption after modification? How much it will be there? So the difference of it will give you saving. Then you give investment, then payback. What are the issues? What is the reference? You can give every calculation you can give. Okay, so for this, like one transformer was working at 20% loading. Okay, the two were used. One was and for transformer are able to hold 80 to 90% of the loading. So 25 megawatt 2 MVA was 25 MVA was not used completely. So what we told you, completely shift to one transformer, because in transformer there are fixed losses, core losses, what we say. So that gives. So this was the saving you can see over here. So you can see also in one industry we have seen, like for transformer also they are categorized metering, like for commercial use there is a different tariff structure, like rates are different for each of them. So what they have done, they have connected all the load to the transformer which was having a tariff structure of rupees which was higher. Okay, which was higher, and the which was of the tariff structure less, tariff structure amount of unit was less, like say considering 5 rupees or 4 rupees, there they have connected less load. So there was a recommendation that shift all the load over, which comes under the, there are obviously there are guidelines what is considered as industrial. So they have biometrically connected over there. So what we recommended, just all the industrial utilities shift your power over there, connect it on that transformer. So that also mistakes are done. Okay. Then there was one capacity. There was a cold storage big unit. It was there. So actually, in cold storage, what is there? It is independent of the mass. So for energy, I'm saying, whatever how much mass it is there, it is independent of it is just dependent on the volume of the consumption. Energy consumption is just dependent on the volume of the storage. So they have downsized the company. This was in Australia only. They have downsized the company, and they were storing very less amount of whatever raw material they were storing, and it was running on the full load, so they were losing lot of amount of money. So we recommended that we put some insulation, so you can read it later. So this can be, so this is small, these are some small examples. So I will not go in this. So basically, this is the PAT scheme I told. There are 846 companies now. So these are the sectors which come, okay, industries. And there is a trading platform. You can just go through this. I think it is a time. So I want, if there are some questions. So here you can see in gadget. So if we did a hotel, this is for hotel. This comes under the gadget. They are given this. This is the baseline audit we did. So this is the their energy consumption for baseline. So after 3 years, which is here it is above actually. After 3 years, they have to achieve this much. So this comes under gadget and it is the compliance. So here you can see if see in case one I have given, if they are achieving this much, then the energy cost, if they are incentivized, they will earn 28.5 crore rupees, and if they are penalized, then they are losing minus 57. So you can just go this case study. Then there is a ECPC star labeling, you know that. Okay. So now I will open for questions if there are any. Okay. More any questions you can ask. There is no language barrier in there. Okay.
Can we use this application in our day-to-day basis, sir?
Day to day. Can you be specific? What I didn't understood it.
Means like in terms of energy consumption, how they are after the completing of the 3 years course, can we apply this the norms which we are using? Can we
Uh,
apply day-to-day basis? Means before only the course.
Before this actually you need experience actually. For 3 years you need to participate in energy audits. What I'm saying, if you're working in energy field or domain, you have participated in energy audits or you have the experience, then you have to apply. So there is no course as such what you're saying. And what I'm not still getting, what about day to day what you're saying?
In domestic applications.
Okay. So domestic application actually there is not matlab, if you see residential there, then what is the load, right? If you're having 1 kilowatt in your home, so what are the major consuming? That is your your AC and your fridge are the major consuming part. So there is a scheme for star level. So if you go for energy efficient equipment, so it will consume less power. That is, then your lights are there. You can go for LED. So there is not much in that. But if you go for commercial building, right? For commercial building, where like hotels or buildings, our malls like that. So they have what called as chillers or energy or air handling system. HVAC system is there basically. So there it is roughly it is 60 per whatever the energy bill is like. They have 50 lakhs of units or of consumption. So 60% of that is just their energy consumption from HVAC. Okay, I'm considering hot water system also in that. So for hot water also, so in that for residential building, basically this there is this much scope only. Okay.
Can I add?
Hello. Yes, sir. You can.
So see, Rahul, uh, Government of India has established a Bureau of Energy Efficiency to follow energy conservation. Okay, and government have found out that basically energy conservation is a behavioral problem.
Yes.
That means lot of industries are there which are working for 50 years, 60 years, 100 years. They feel that they are doing the good job or they are doing whatever they are doing is the final, but they don't believe or they don't understand that if a motor is efficient or not, if the boiler is working properly or not. Take an example of your residential fan. The fan is used for 6 years, 7 years, and during the course of time, the fan will become inefficient. But we will not understand. So we require one person, which is a qualified, certified energy manager, auditor, to conduct an audit. So right now there is no need to get into residential thing, but if we do not change our behavior or consumption pattern, then definitely there will be a PAT cycle number 9, 10, 11, which will
Yes,
also consider residential homes to conduct a mandatory energy audit. So the time will come.
yes,
This is
yes.
what I feel.
Yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes. That is correct, sir. Actually, yes, yes, sir. I've covered it. So covered your question. Basically, what they are doing, they are targeting first the major consumers of energy, so and they will slowly come to us also, as sir said. Okay. So any other questions?
okay, okay. So thank you very much. Because the thing is that whenever we should start from our home. The thoughts is there. That's why
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, okay. That is
Okay,
correct. About that. Okay.
okay, okay, sir.
Any other question? So you can even write in the chat box if you want. Your questions you can write it in your chat box also.
So can I ask one question?
Yes sir, yes sir.
So what is the pay scale that we expect?
For starting as an engineer, I will say it is not much. It lies between 20 to 25K the first start. Then you can go for there is then no limit for it. You can by for this field you have to gain much experience in that. By gaining the
And
experience, you will go on earning more and more. And if
also,
you have a business also, for business also, it is very good. You can
right.
start your own
So
business as an auditor also.
right. So, what I feel is if you want to do career in a energy audit field,
Yes.
you must have a good team with you,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
team
Good
from
team is important.
various domains.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is correct. Yes, you need and nowadays it is like everything is integrated. So we should not focus our scope in one direction only. Like we are thinking of mechanical only. We have to have the knowledge. Like for building also, if we go for hotels and building, you have the building envelope also we have to consider. Like what are the glasses they have installed? Are they double glaze, single glaze? So you should know what is the wall to window ratio, how much is the finished pressure, how much is the solar heat gain coefficient, how much it affect on the. So you should also have the civil side idea also. What is that? Then you must also have electrical side idea, how the transformers in the for the safety purpose, how the transformer work, what is ST line, what is LT line. Then second is instrumentation also. A lot of instruments are involved, meters are there, so instrumentation knowledge is also there. Now data analysis, as I've said, you have to have some computer science advance also. So you should must always be open for everything. You should be not selective in taking knowledge in the coming thing right now.
So, anybody else have any questions, or we will then end our session?
Yes.
No question, I
Okay.
think so, sir.
Yeah.
No
So,
questions, sir.
anybody would like to summarize or give vote of thanks
Huh.
to yeah.
Sir, so I will be sharing my number also with you guys if you want to call or something, or I will share your email if you have any doubt, or if you have any, if you want to participate also in our audits also, if you want to come, you can join in. We may convey the message to Mane sir. that we are ongoing for these projects. If you want to volunteer for it, you can join in. So there is no problem in that. So for now, it is for COVID conditions, we are not going anywhere right now. So whenever in future also, if Mane sir want to create a group also, we can create a group. I will add our team also in that. So if you have some doubts, you can share that, or if you want to participate in audits, you can definitely join. Okay, so that can also be done. So we are based in Virar, so you can come down over here also if you want sometimes. So
Sure,
that
sir.
can be done. Yes, okay.
So thank you very much, Saurabh. Maybe they are a little bit shy, and because it
Haha.
is the first time, they are not coming forward to ask some questions.
No,
But
no.
definitely,
Yes,
questions
yes,
will come, and
yes, yes.
definitely, if they are asking me questions, I will divert it to you
Okay,
if
no
I'm
problem.
unable to give them the correct answer
Okay, okay.
related to experience about energy audit. So yes, in
We,
Virar, it is near
near
Viva
we have
College.
office near Viva College. Viva in the west we have office. Okay. In west we have near
So
Viva College.
yeah, so thanks, Saurabh, for giving us valuable information about
Thank you.
the PAT scheme, various flagship programs of BEE,
Huh.
and also as a career. And definitely, you talked about GATE exam, in which
Huh.
students can take admissions to their master's program in IIT, different
Yes, yes,
IIT, IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay.
yes, yes,
Also,
yes. Definitely.
our one of the students, Taude, Vikas Taude, is there in Munich,
Yeah,
TU
yeah.
Munich.
He went in Germany. He was working with us.
Yeah,
Yashwant Yogi was also with us
Yashwant
for
Yogi is
some
in
period.
Purdue University.
For yes, yes,
So definitely we have our students placed in various domains. You're
yes,
also doing a great job in ARS,
yes,
and
yes,
we
yes.
have Deshpande sir, very caring, and information given by him is also very great.
Thank
So
you, thank you,
thanks a lot from our VCT students group,
thank
and
you,
we will
thank you.
definitely call you whenever we are in need.
Yeah, yeah. Sure, sure,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you, sir,
Thank you.
for taking out a precious time and giving us much amount of guidance, sir.
Thank you, sir. I will share the presentation also with you. Some important
Yes,
links
yes,
also with
sure, sir.
Mane sir. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. So
we have
you
also
can later on refer.
recorded the presentation, so we will forward this to students who are
Yeah,
unable
yeah,
to
sure.
join us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that can be done. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you, thank you.